Welcome to the Citizen channel. I'm going to have a look forward to the game against Leicester City on Boxing Day. Yes, 26th of December 2021, a 3 p.m. kickoff. So, yeah, you'll be no surprise that this isn't on TV. So, get down there if you can, guys. As I'm recording this, I think there's a few tickets left. I'm not too sure. There shouldn't be too many, I wouldn't have thought. But obviously, with this new COVID rule, obviously, I do expect some people not to go to this. So, I won't be. I'm fairly sure there will be empty seats yet again, but I think that's a few popping up all around all the grounds, to be honest with you, just at the moment, with under the present circumstances. I'm not going to try a Leicester team today. Obviously, they have been in a bit of a situation, so I'm not even going to have a guess whether they've got players fit. I will do the City one, although that's almost as complicated, not particularly because of COVID, but because of certain players being on the naughty step, etc., and other players obviously not being quite ready to play. So, yeah, I will try ours, but I've no hopes of getting 11 out of 11, that's for sure, this week. Certainly not with the team I've picked. Yeah, so who's in charge? Well, we've got referee is Chris Kavanagh, assistants are Harry Leonard and Dan Robotham, and fourth official is Mike Dean. On VAR, we've got Paul Turner. Yeah, he was popular last week with a certain gentleman, wasn't he? His assistant making the coffee is a certain Scott Ledger. We'll not dwell too much on last season's game at the Etihad. Very early doors, wasn't it? By a chastening, wasn't it? A 5-2 win for Leicester City, of course. There was even a row on the pitch, I think just off the pitch between Ferner and Pep at one stage. So that just shown how bad it got last season. So we won't touch upon that one too much at a 5-2 defeat. Things did improve, didn't they? Let's be honest about it. Our overall record in the league against Leicester City since we started playing games, we've played 52, quite good actually. Played 52, won 32. Played 51, won 32, drawn 10, and lost just 9. Yeah, which included that one last season. 121 goals we scored, and we've had 63 against us. And please check out my little History Boy feature going back to 1971. Yeah, a game with Leicester in 1971. And I'm sorry to say, guys, I was there. So that's sure. Yeah, all right. I admit my age. I'm sorry about that. So please check out that History Boys feature. I have great fun doing those, guys. So if you can actually watch them, it's really great if you watch them as well, because I do enjoy doing them, and I hope you enjoy watching them as well. And they're only 10 or 12 minutes. So if you can have a look at that, that'd be great. Odds to win the match, yeah, please. I don't condone gambling when the fun stops. City are generally 1 to 5, they're as low as 1 to 6 in some circles, but you can get a 1 to 5 at the moment. The draw's 13 to 2. And a Leicester win, yeah, 16 to 1, a Leicester win. That's not bad, is it? Check my little odds show, guys. As I said, I don't condone gambling, but with an interesting price on a 5-2 win again for Leicester, of course, on there. But please check that out, and give you some information as to why and what might be the best value in this game. If you're going to have a little flutter and have a little bit of interest on that side of it. City, yeah. So City and Leicester City, yeah. I mean, they just got out on penalties, didn't they, to Liverpool, which is unfortunate. I mean, there's a chance Liverpool might get a Carabao Cup in the, and obviously that'll better us, won't it, again, which isn't very good, but not when it was our Carabao Cup. But anyway, we would digress a little bit. Of course, they went out on penalties to Liverpool after being, I think they were 3-1 up at one stage. And that's an actual first game since a 4-0 defeat of Newcastle on the 12th of December, which in itself was a rare win for Leicester. They have been struggling a little bit. But interesting enough, as I say, I'm not going to predict the team, but if you just look at the team against Liverpool and the subs, there's some fairly familiar names in there, so I don't know how many people. They have had a COVID problem. There's a couple of players, now there's a new rule where you'll have to isolate for 7 days. As long as a couple of players test negative, and it's fine, they'll be have a couple of days to sort of in line to come back for this as well. So apart from this squad, there may be 2 or 3 other players coming into the reckoning as well. But yeah, against Liverpool, they have Schmeichel, Ricardo, and Didi, Soyuncu, Thomas, Tielemans, Sumer, Dewsbury Hall, Maddison, Daka, and Vardy. So that was pretty good. I thought that was a pretty good team. On the subs bench, all right, perhaps not as familiar to us, or me anyway. Stolarczyk, Bertrand, Albrighton, Iheanacho, Perez, Vestergaard, Mendy, Lookman and Nelson. So certainly got some familiar names, but some not quite. So that's the sort you can base that. That's the sort of squad they got. So it doesn't look that bad, does it? It doesn't look all disastrous. That's for sure. It does look a reasonable squad. And with a couple of games in hand on City, they currently sit ninth. So yeah, after a couple of fifth place finishes. Not great. They're 22 points behind City. Obviously, they win both games in hand. Obviously, they will only be 16 points behind, but it's only is quite a lot, isn't it? And I think the benefit of that Carabao Cup, if you think about it, I would have preferred it perhaps to come into this game not having played that, and the last game being Newcastle, because at least it's give Rodgers a chance to get some of the players out who perhaps haven't figured and have been sort of isolating because of COVID. And we don't know with COVID, do we? I mean, some players are affected, some players have it, and it literally doesn't affect them that much. So you just don't know. It is a funny situation. And as I say, they do have the benefit of even a couple more players coming back into the reckoning as well with this new 7-day isolation. One thing for them, though, Pereira and Soyuncu looked as though they got injured at Anfield. So how bad the injuries are, I'm not too sure, but they both got. Brendan wasn't very happy with Liverpool and obviously the tackles, etc. So those two guys might be very doubtful for this one. Interesting quote, actually. I was just having a look at some other stuff on the internet, and I just stumbled across this. I've got NBC Sports, so I don't think they're always very kind to City, but in their little preview of the game, they said, just a little quote, Manchester City appear less like humans and more like footballing cyborgs with each passing route. So that was quite, let's hope we are football cyborgs this week. That's what we could do with that, couldn't we? So certainly kind words. Yeah, they do have a Leicester, very, very odd team. They're not in the greatest of form, of course they're not. But they have had reasons for this. I mean, they're only ninth, but even before this COVID, they did have a number of injuries and they have been struggling a little bit. And of course, there may be, we don't even know yet. I've just heard a rumour that the Leeds-Liverpool game, or Liverpool on to Leeds on Boxing Day, which is the early kickoff, has been called off. How correct that is, I don't know. But obviously, Liverpool would have the chance, and let's face it, we probably think they will go back to the top of the league on goal difference if they won that. But I've just heard it might have been called off now. So as I'm recording this, I'm not 100% sure. So you probably know as you're watching this whether it's on or off. But obviously, if they do win that and put the pressure on us, obviously that's a bit more pressure on City, of course, to get back to the top of the league. Even a draw would put us on top, but we want a win, don't we? Let's be honest about it. So that's an interesting one. Anyway, that's an interesting point. If it doesn't go ahead and we do win it, that'll put us 6 points ahead. I know Liverpool will have a game in hand, but that'll probably be even better, won't it? But I think... someone did say Leeds did ask for the last game to get called off against Arsenal. It was refused, and someone's just said Leeds and Liverpool Leeds have asked again, and they said yes. But obviously, we'll see. As I said, I don't know, but we'll work. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, let's win the game. Let's win the game, whatever. But as I say, we can cope with the pressure. We prove we can cope with the pressure year in, year out over the past few years. Yeah, City's 11. So here we go. Not many clues from Pep's press conference as to what's going to happen with people like Foden and Grealish. It looks as though Walker might miss this one again, might still be out for other reasons, obviously, rather than the Foden Grealish reason. So I'm more or less gone with the game, the last game against Newcastle, but I put Gundogan in. I assume Gundogan's back to fitness. So this is the team I'm going for anyway. Ederson, Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko, Rodri, Bernardo, Gundogan, KDB, Jesus and Sterling. Yes, but as I say, if I get 6 or 7 of those right, I'll be quite happy. And I want to see Foden and Grealish back in the fold, to be honest with you. I'd love to see Walker at the back. We need his pace, but that's very, very doubtful. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let me know what you think, guys. Anyway, what your starting 11 will be. Right, just a couple of things before we finish. Match quirky stats, some information. City, this is thanks to goal.com, some of these bits of information. City have won 8 of their last 10 Premier League games against Leicester. We've only lost 2, including a 1-0 victory in the reverse fixture earlier this season, of course, at their place. City are unbeaten in 8 home league games on Boxing Day. 1-6, drawn 2, winning each of the last 6 in a row. Their last such defeat came in '96 96-97 against Port Vale. Yeah, in the second tier of English football, 1-0. Leicester have won just one of their last 11 Premier League games on Boxing Day. Yeah, so we do well on Boxing Day. They don't. Drawn 2 and lost 8, though. Victory did come against reigning champions, of course, Manchester City in 2018-19. Leicester have lost 3 of their 8 away league games this season. They've won 2, drawn 3, as many as they did in the whole of last season. Both of the Foxes' wins on the road this term have come against promoted sides, 2-1 versus Norwich and Brentford. So bodes well, doesn't it? City's Riyad Mahrez has been on. Yeah, I didn't put Mahrez in that team, did I? He's an option. He's an option after his performance, rather than Sterling, I think. But we'll see, or Jesus, perhaps. But hey, I'll stick with what I put out now. City's Riyad Mahrez has been on the losing side in all 5 of his Premier League appearances on Boxing Day, the worst 100% loss record on the date in the competition's history. His only previous such game with City was in 2018-19, of course, which ended in that defeat. So perhaps it's best I did leave Mahrez out, and perhaps Pep must do as well. Leicester's Jamie Vardy has never scored in 6 Premier League appearances on Boxing Day. I hate those stats. He's one of just 3 players to score over 100 goals in the competition, but never on a Boxing Day. There you go, along with Sergio Aguero and Les Ferdinand. Well, fantastic. That's a great. I love that quirky stat. That's a good one. Leicester striker Jamie Vardy again has scored 8 Premier League goals against City, including 2 hat-tricks. Only Alan Shearer with 11 and Wayne Rooney with 9 have netted more Premier League goals against City than Vardy has. So, interesting one that is, with the basis he's not scored on Boxing Day either. So there you go. Match Day Live, starts an hour ahead, of course, if you want to tune in for that. Shay Given, that new well-known Newcastle supporter, is on with Paul Dickoff. You'll know what I'm on about if you watched any of my things. Obviously, he was on the panel for the Newcastle City game, and I thought it was a little bit leaning towards Newcastle, but I only saw snippets of it. I was probably being unfair to him, but hey, Shay Given anyway, and Paul Dickoff are on the show. And if you want to join in and ask a question, etc., to the WhatsApp group, it's +44 7537 186 538. That's +44 7537 186 538. So that's all your stuff for Matchday Live. If you like watching that, right? But there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Let's win it. Now we're it's horrible, isn't it? I mean, I don't mind being second or third in the table as long as we're near us. But as soon as we went top, I just don't want us to not be top anymore. I don't know. I'll have to get over that, because I'm sure it won't last. I'm hoping it will, but I'm sure it won't last. But it's really odd. I've never really thought like that before. But for some reason this season, I really do want to win it. I'm not too sure why. I want to win it every season, but probably more so this season. Yeah, so I will try and get the match report out on Boxing Day evening, but it could be the day after. Obviously, I'll be back in work the day after, but I can do it for lunchtime anyway. But depending what I have to do obviously that evening. So keep your notifications pressed. Give us a thumbs up, guys. That'll be absolutely brilliant. Of course, as I said, look out. Please watch my History Boys show, which I enjoy doing, and watch the Odds show for City against Leicester as well. That'll be absolutely brilliant. Let us know your thoughts. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to do rest day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More important, let's all look after each other. To meet here again on the Citizen channel. I only ask one thing. If you don't want one simple thing, please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.